First, I want to thank NBC, the Citibank Shamrock Classic, for allowing us to have this amazing event. Obviously Illinois accepted the invitation, but it was just an amazing couple days. We had an incredible luncheon, listened to some really powerful speakers, so just grateful for this opportunity. I would like to address Sony. She'll be out for a couple weeks, a sprain, and looking forward to her to get back on the court in a couple weeks. And then just in general, it's a great crowd. It's always a blessing to be in a WNBA arena with all the energy here. Bringing college women's basketball to the DC community was really important to us, and I'm hoping that the community really loved what they saw today. I thought it was a great game, great energy, and we were led by these two. So I'm extremely proud of this group, both of them ending with 24 points. Maddy just doing a phenomenal job, coming off of 2 games with a double-double, and today having 24 points and 8 rebounds. She's been phenomenal for us and solid. And then Hannah, again, another game in double digits, having 24 points, 8 assists, and 6 steals. I thought these two really led the pace of this team today. Our defensive energy, offensive energy, it was just fantastic. So excited to get back home and have a day off, and then ready for next week, 2 games next week. So thank you.
Do you all have any questions for Rube? I'll let you go first.
Coach, just curious, has your messaging changed at all? What's stayed the same, and what has kind of changed with another injury as the season goes on? What's been consistent, what's the same, and what's kind of changed in your messaging with the team?
Yeah, well, the consistency is that we always play for each other, and that's one thing that we're a very close-knit team, and we talk about that all the time. Our core values, number one, is love. And so having another injury, we're watching Olivia come back. It's definitely hard to go through. We definitely have to pivot, but my message was after that of playing for each other is for everyone to step up. Everyone has to do a little bit more. Sony is kind of the heartbeat of our team. So I challenged everyone to do a little bit more, and they all rose to the occasion and rose to that challenge, and everybody gave a little bit more. You could tell the energy was great from the beginning. Even with practice, just having Sony with us, she knows that we're playing a little bit more for her, and just fighting through that adversity. And unfortunately, this group understands what that means, going through adversity last year, but my messaging is still the same. We play for each other, but now it's, everyone going up and doing a little bit more for her.
What is Olivia's timeline, and how is she doing?
Yeah, she's doing great. She's strengthening. Right now, she's in the process of just strengthening her knee and getting on the court. She's been more active, getting in practice more, so her timeline is kind of individual, so it's day to day, but she's doing great.
How much freedom does Hannah have going for steals? I wonder. Are there any rules or stipulations, or what's
No, she got a lot of freedom. She has a lot of freedom. A superstar like that, somebody that has that dynamic game and flashy game, you got to let her go, and so that's what I do. But she understands there's times where I have to reel her in and make sure we get a little bit more cohesive defensively, but that's what she does. She pressures the ball. She's very feisty, and that's always been her superpower from her entire life. So I just love it, and it's contagious. Everyone kind of feeds off that energy.
If anyone has Zoom questions, you can raise your hand. Anthony, go ahead. Hey, Anthony, could you start over? Sorry, I had to turn the volume.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Maddy, I want to ask you, you had a sensational game and a particularly sensational start. How do you compartmentalize some of the things? I'm sure you're close to Sony, putting that aside and going out there and taking care of what you have to do.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I've always played for Sonia. She's a person that will give her all in every game, and so particularly today and for the rest of the games that she won't be with us, I think just doing those little things that she does that doesn't really fill up the stat sheet, and like everybody else, we've been through adversity, we know what that is, and so it was the same thing last year. We've experienced that playing without Liv, playing without Dara, without Ebo, and so yeah, just filling in the void of what they brought and try to, at least, so.
Thank you.
Anyone else on Zoom?
I'll go get it if no one else.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
For Hannah, how have you been able to get so darn comfortable so quickly? And I know you want to tamp down the turnovers here at some point, but are they just a byproduct of some of the gambling that you're doing out there?
Yeah, I think just coming in, yeah, so sorry, I lost my voice. I lose my voice every time I come here. But, you know, coach, like, told me from the jump, like, you got the keys. So, like, just coming in, like, I knew that, like, I had to run the team and I had to be a point guard just being as a freshman. And, you know, my team does a great job of, you know, like, encouraging me, and my coaches do a great job at encouraging me, so it makes everything easy.
And then for Coach, you guys were so strong on the offensive glass today, and looked like KK gave you a real boost there. So what's it like to have her back in there making an impact?
Yeah, I was really proud of that stat. We had 14 offensive rebounds, and that's something we talked about a lot, you know, doing a better job of getting second and third chance opportunities. And everyone stepped up in that category. And I thought Natalia Marshall in particular did a great job, and just gives us more opportunities. And again, just really proud of that stat. That was something that we stressed coming into the season, rebounding more, and definitely offensive rebounding more. And to speak on KK, I think she's done a phenomenal job. You know, she's coming back from injury. She's had some amazing practices, being on the practice squad. And so for her to be able to step up, she gives us an incredible offensive spark and defensive spark. She's very smart. I could put her in multiple positions. Sometimes she's a point guard, maybe then she's a point forward. But just doing whatever we need. She's a serviceable player. Like, she does so many things well. So really proud of her and happy that she's back healthy.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.